This is a 2006 Scion XA, and as you can tell, it's been taken apart a little bit. But basically, looking to switch out these old headlight assemblies. Totally faded, all messed up. As you can see, it's not clear anymore. Typical thing that happens over time with these headlights. And I want to switch them out for some brand new ones. So I couldn't find a detailed explanation of how to do this on YouTube. If one of you has already seen it and knows where I can find it, that would be great. But at this point, I kind of figured out how to do it on my own. So I'm gonna show you how to take things apart so that you can replace these guys. I've detached the front bumper from the front of the car, obviously, and the grill that goes just on top of the bumper is removed. So I'm gonna show you right here. This is the Scion front grill that goes on top like this, and I took that off. And then I was able to remove the, or detach the front bumper. The reason why you have to detach the front bumper is because you need to be able to access one of the screws that attaches the headlight assembly in place. Here, I put the grill back on just real quick so that you can see exactly how you take that off. But basically, there are a few of these fasteners that go on, 4 of them to be precise. Right on top here, you remove those and you're able to take that off very easily. It just snaps off. There's a few more fasteners on the bottom. They're not really fasteners, they're more like they clip on, and that should be, you should be able to pull that off pretty easily without any tools or anything like that. And then once you take that grill off, you need to take or at least move the bumper out of the way. If you look at this headlight here, the older headlight, there are 4 screws. One here, one here, one here, and then the last one is there. So the only way to access that one is to remove or move the bumper out of the way. So how do you move the bumper out of the way? Fairly simply, actually. There's this screw here, and same thing on the other end, or the opposite side, I should say. What you have to do is reach just under the wheel well here and unscrew the bumper from the wheel well. The location of that screw where you unscrew the bumper from the wheel well, or the chassis, is right there. So you have to move the cover, the protective cover, out of the way and reach in, and using a regular hex, a regular Phillips screwdriver, you can unscrew what goes in there, and that allows you to then detach the bumper out of the way. And again, don't forget, you do have some additional fasteners here, here, and here for the bumper. Once you remove those and you've got both screws out from either side, you can pop open the bumper. It stays attached at the bottom of the car and kind of just folds open. And then from there, you have access now to that infamous screw right there that needs to be removed in order to get the headlight out, or the headlight assembly. This one I've already replaced. I'm going to replace the other one, show you guys exactly what the actual bulbs, how those come out, etc. So just to repeat what I said before, there's 4 screws. You got one here, one here, one here, and then one down here. Once you've loosened those screws, you can go ahead and pop the whole assembly out. And now you're ready to work on getting the bulbs out. So a question that might come up is, do you need to disconnect the battery in order to replace the headlights, or the whole headlight assembly? And the answer is no. As you can see, the headlight assembly is removed from, or away from the car. The battery is still exactly in the place that it was, and we don't need to touch the battery unless you feel like you want to disconnect it for security purposes, but there should be no reason to do that. So now I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. There's 3 total bulbs that are connected into the car. 2 that are pretty easy to remove, and the third one is a little bit trickier. Depending on how old your car is, it might be a little tougher to remove. But you've got this one right here, which just twists off and comes out. And I can just now put that to the side. Got another one down here. Again, this twists off, comes out, just like that. Be careful with the bulb, not to knock it on anything so that you don't break it. And then the last one in the middle here, which is the main headlight bulb, the first step is to actually pull out this little connector here. And at first you'd think that the whole bulb is going to come out, but that's not the case. All it is just the connector that comes out. There's a 3-prong electrical connection, and that should come out by just squeezing it and removing it. So there we go. It's removed. This one's pretty old, so you got to be a little careful not to mess it all up. Now that you have the headlight completely disconnected, you can locate the seal, which is this rubber seal around the main headlight, and remove this seal on its own. And that should come off pretty straightforward. It is a little tight on there, so I'm going to use a screwdriver. So I've got a screwdriver here. I'm just going to put it under the lip of the seal, and that makes it to where I can remove the seal a little easier, and it pops right off. And there we go, seal's off, exposing the main headlight bulb. Now that we can see what's going on in here, you've got a couple of clips on either side that hold the bulb in place. Just squeeze those, the clip comes out or moves out of the way, and you should be able to very easily take that bulb out. Now be careful not to touch the bulb. It's preferred not to get any oils or greases on the bulb, since this heats up pretty hot. It's a halogen bulb, and anything that gets on it could burn and cause the bulb to go out, or even worse. So here's our shiny brand spanking new headlight assembly. And as I look in the back, I can see I've got a brand new rubber seal that came with it, and all we need to do is unsnap this little wire protector here, or excuse me, the fastener, and remove this cover here, and we're able to now insert our brand new or existing light bulb. So here's the light bulb that I took out of the old headlight, and I will replace it just like that. Put this back down to fasten it. It's good to go. Put the new rubber seal on there. And she's almost ready for installation. Let's just get rid of some of this paper they put over these holes here. Another one down here. Now she's ready to be installed. So I ran out of juice on my other camera. I'm using my cell phone now. Sorry about the quality difference. But basically what I found out here is, in trying to reconnect the main power to the main headlight, is that this seal that comes included with it just doesn't work. When you try to connect it, it doesn't fit in correctly into the slot. You can see that it's pretty tight to each side of the power leads, and the actual connector is too fat to fit in there. So I'm going to use the old seal and see if that works better. Alright, so I put the old seal on there, and as you can see, much better. There's a lot more room in there to make the connection. So I'm going to go and do that now. Alright, there's the connection. It's all good to go. Just got to put in the other 2 bulbs and I'll be able to put everything back the way it was. Alright, there it is, back in place. Take this plastic off. And boom. Just need to put the screws back in and the bumper back on and all that good stuff, and we should be good to go. Alright, here we go. I've replaced the bumper and the front grille, and everything looks pretty good. This car had a little bit of funky damage right here. You can see there's a little bit of a gap, so it's not perfect, but it's the way it was before, and that's all that counts. Well, there we go. She looks pretty good. Everything's back on, and boy, what a difference. Looks great. Now I just got to get this car washed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Later.